Have you ever woken up in the morning, ready to start your day, only to feel that your legs aren't as steady as they used to be? Maybe you've noticed those little stumbles when you get out of bed or walk down the hallway, and they leave you feeling unsure about your next step. I hear this all the time from people my age and older. John, a retired firefighter from Texas, once told me, "Doc, I still feel strong in my upper body, but my legs just don't seem to listen to me anymore." He laughed when he said it, but I could see the worry in his eyes. And he's not alone. Many people assume that these changes are simply part of getting older, something we all just have to accept. But let me tell you, that's not always true. While age does play a role, there's often a hidden cause that few people talk about: nutrient deficiencies. When our bodies don't get enough of certain key vitamins and minerals, the nerves and muscles in our legs can start to misfire. It's not just about getting tired faster, it's about losing that sharp connection between the brain and the legs, the one that tells your feet exactly when and how to move. Think about it this way: your body is like a well-built house. The foundation is your bones, and the electrical wiring is your nervous system. As we age, if we don't maintain the wiring, things can start to short-circuit. You might still have strong muscles, but without proper signals, they don't respond the way they should. This is why you might feel a strange heaviness in your calves, or why you experience that sudden cramp in the middle of the night that makes you jump out of bed. I remember Mary, a 68-year-old teacher from Ohio, who told me she stopped taking evening walks with her husband because she was afraid of falling. Her legs felt wobbly, especially when stepping off curbs. She thought she needed more exercise, but after checking her vitamin levels, it turned out she was low on vitamin B12. Within just a few weeks of getting the right supplements, she was back to her evening strolls, smiling from ear to ear. That's the power of addressing the real problem, not just the symptoms. According to research from Harvard Health Publishing, a lack of essential vitamins, particularly those that support nerve function and muscle coordination, is one of the leading causes of poor balance and increased risk of falls among older adults. It's not just about muscle strength, it's about the connection between your brain, nerves, and muscles. Without the right nutrients, that connection weakens, making even simple movements like turning around or getting out of a chair feel unstable. The good news? There's a simple way to turn this around. And no, I'm not talking about expensive treatments or hours in the gym. I'm talking about 3 powerful nutrients that can dramatically improve your leg strength and stability: vitamin B12, vitamin K, and potassium. These are not miracle cures, but they are proven, science-backed ways to help your body work the way it's supposed to. Let's start with vitamin B12. If you've ever felt tingling in your feet, numbness in your toes, or the feeling that your legs are slow to respond, there's a good chance you're not getting enough of this vital nutrient. B12 acts like the messenger between your brain and muscles. It helps nerve signals travel quickly and accurately. When you want to take a step, your brain sends the command through your nerves, and your muscles respond in a split second. But when you're low on B12, that signal gets delayed, distorted, or even blocked, which is why your movements might feel sluggish or uncoordinated. A study in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism found that older adults with vitamin B12 deficiency often experience muscle weakness, balance problems, and even mild tremors. In Mary's case, once her B12 levels were restored, not only did her leg strength improve, but her energy and mental clarity came back too. Then there's vitamin K, which many people overlook. Vitamin K is like the traffic controller for calcium in your body. It tells calcium where to go, to your bones, not your joints or blood vessels. Without enough vitamin K, calcium can build up in the wrong places, leading to stiff knees, joint pain, and even artery problems. I like to think of vitamin K as the quiet hero. You might not feel an immediate difference after eating leafy greens or taking a K2 supplement, but over time, it helps your joints move smoothly and keeps your bones strong. I remember chatting with Robert, a 72-year-old veteran from Florida, who told me he used to hear grinding in his knees every time he stood up. After a couple of months of adding more spinach, kale, and a vitamin K2 supplement to his routine, the grinding lessened, and he felt more confident walking without support. It's these small, steady improvements that make all the difference. And finally, we have potassium. Potassium is like the battery that powers your muscles. It keeps your muscle contractions smooth and prevents those painful nighttime cramps that can jolt you awake. When potassium levels drop, even simple tasks like climbing stairs or standing up can feel exhausting. I always tell my friends, a banana or a baked sweet potato a day can keep those leg cramps away. It's true. These simple foods pack hundreds of milligrams of potassium, which your muscles need to stay strong and responsive. The National Institutes of Health notes that potassium deficiency is one of the most common reasons older adults experience sudden weakness, irregular heartbeat, or balance issues. And it's not just about avoiding falls. Having enough potassium also protects your bones by preventing calcium loss. So here's the big takeaway. You don't need a complicated plan to regain steady, confident steps. You don't need expensive gym memberships or fancy equipment. All it takes is giving your body the right building blocks, the nutrients that your muscles and nerves crave to function at their best. Imagine walking down your driveway without that fear of tripping. Imagine climbing stairs without stopping halfway to catch your breath. This is possible when you take care of your legs from the inside out. In this video, we are going to dive deeper into each of these powerful nutrients, vitamin B12, vitamin K, and potassium, and I'll share simple, natural ways to get more of them in your daily routine. Whether it's through everyday foods like salmon and leafy greens or easy-to-take supplements, you'll learn exactly how to nourish your body for better balance, fewer cramps, and stronger legs. And here's the best part. You can start seeing improvements in as little as 30 days if you stay consistent. I've seen it happen countless times with friends, neighbors, and patients. The sooner you begin, the sooner you'll feel the difference. So grab a notepad, take a seat, and let's walk through this together, because strong legs mean independence, confidence, and the freedom to live your life the way you want. And I promise, by the end of this, you'll know exactly what your body needs to stay steady on its feet. Have you ever wondered why your legs feel different as you age? It's not just about getting older. There's a deeper reason behind it. Think about the last time you climbed a flight of stairs or walked across a parking lot. Did your legs feel heavy, like they were carrying an invisible weight? Or maybe you've noticed your balance isn't as sharp as it used to be. These changes can be subtle at first, but over time, they can start to interfere with daily activities. The truth is, weak or wobbly legs are often caused by a combination of factors. While aging naturally reduces muscle mass, a process known as sarcopenia, there's something even more important at play: nerve health and nutrient balance. Your legs don't just rely on strong muscles. They rely on the messages your brain sends through your nervous system to tell them when and how to move. If these messages become delayed or distorted, your movements may feel slower or less controlled. I remember a conversation I had with Linda, a 70-year-old grandmother from Colorado. She used to love dancing at her local community center, but she told me, "Doc, I feel like my legs are betraying me. I still have the strength, but I can't trust my steps." What Linda didn't realize was that her nerve health, and the vitamins that support it, had declined over time. Once we identified her vitamin deficiencies and made some changes to her diet, she was back on the dance floor within 2 months. Research shows that as we grow older, our body's ability to absorb essential vitamins and minerals decreases. For example, a decline in stomach acid makes it harder to absorb vitamin B12 from food, while changes in circulation can affect how nutrients like potassium reach our muscles. Without these vital nutrients, your muscles and nerves can't work together as effectively. Another factor is lifestyle. Many of us slow down as we age, spending more time sitting and less time moving. While rest is important, too much inactivity can lead to muscle loss and reduced coordination. Your legs, like any other part of your body, need regular use to stay strong and responsive. But here's the good news. You don't need to accept weak legs as your new normal. By focusing on the right nutrients and simple daily habits, you can restore strength and balance. Imagine walking into your favorite grocery store without worrying about tripping or confidently taking your dog for a walk without fear of stumbling. This is absolutely possible, and it starts with understanding the real reasons behind your leg weakness. In this section, I want you to start thinking about your legs not just as muscles, but as part of a complex system that depends on proper nutrition, nerve signals, and circulation. Over the next few sections, we'll dive deeper into the key nutrients, vitamin B12, vitamin K, and potassium, that can change everything for you. These nutrients work behind the scenes to improve muscle coordination, protect your joints, and prevent those frustrating nighttime cramps. If you're feeling discouraged about your legs, I want to reassure you. I've seen people in their 60s, 70s, and even 80s regain their mobility with just a few changes to their daily routines. You don't need extreme workouts or expensive treatments, just the right knowledge and consistent action. As we move forward, I encourage you to take note of any symptoms you're currently experiencing. Do you feel tingling or numbness in your feet? Are your legs cramping at night? Do you struggle with balance when standing up quickly? These signs can be your body's way of telling you it's missing something vital. By the end of this guide, you'll know exactly what steps to take to give your legs the care and support they need. Let's take this journey together. In the next section, we'll uncover the hidden causes of shaky steps and why so many seniors mistake these warning signs for just aging. This knowledge could be the turning point for you, or for someone you love. Have you noticed that your steps aren't as steady as they used to be? Maybe you've started to hold onto walls or furniture when walking across a room, or you avoid going up and down stairs unless there's a railing nearby. Many seniors assume this unsteadiness is simply due to aging, but often there's something more specific going on beneath the surface. The truth is, shaky steps are frequently linked to nerve and muscle miscommunication. Essentially, your body's wiring isn't firing properly. Your brain sends a signal to your legs to move, but that signal travels slower or weaker because the nerves are not getting the nutrients they need. Over time, this lack of proper nerve signaling can lead to hesitation, slower reflexes, and even small stumbles that can turn into dangerous falls. I remember talking with Joe, a 67-year-old former truck driver from Arizona. Joe had always been strong and steady, but one day he told me, "Doc, I feel like my legs have minds of their own. I tell them to move, but it's like they don't get the message fast enough." We ran a simple test and discovered that Joe had a severe vitamin B12 deficiency, which was directly affecting his nerve health. Once he began supplementing with B12 and eating more B12-rich foods, his balance and coordination improved dramatically within a few weeks. Another common cause of shaky steps is poor blood circulation. When blood flow to the legs is reduced, your muscles don't get enough oxygen and nutrients to perform at their best. This often happens to older adults with conditions like diabetes, high blood pressure, or those who spend long hours sitting. Without good circulation, even strong muscles can feel weak and unresponsive. But there's more. Deficiencies in vitamins like B12 and K, along with low potassium levels, can amplify these issues. Vitamin B12 is crucial for healthy nerve transmission, while vitamin K helps guide calcium into your bones and joints, preventing stiffness. Potassium, on the other hand, ensures smooth muscle contractions and prevents painful cramps that throw off your balance. When one or more of these nutrients is missing, it's like trying to run a car on bad wiring and low fuel. It just won't perform smoothly. One study from the National Institute on Aging found that seniors with low vitamin B12 and potassium levels were significantly more likely to experience falls, especially when standing up quickly or walking on uneven surfaces. These nutrients play a silent but powerful role in keeping every step steady and confident. Let's not forget lifestyle factors either. Stress, dehydration, and lack of sleep can all affect your balance. I once had a patient, Diane, who was constantly tired and stressed from caring for her grandchildren. She often experienced sudden leg wobbles while climbing stairs. We discovered she wasn't just lacking nutrients, she was dehydrated and skipping meals, which made her potassium levels drop. A simple change like drinking coconut water and adding a sweet potato to her lunch routine made a world of difference. If you're experiencing shaky steps, don't brush it off as just getting old. Think of it as your body waving a red flag. It's time to check in on your nutrition and see if your nerves and muscles are getting the support they need. When we talk about strong legs, most people immediately think of exercise or protein. But did you know that your nerve health is just as important, if not more so, than the size of your muscles? This is where vitamin B12 comes in. I like to call it the nerve protector because it's the key nutrient that keeps your brain and muscles in constant communication. Without enough B12, even the strongest legs can feel sluggish, unresponsive, or weak. Vitamin B12 is like the messenger that ensures every signal from your brain reaches your legs on time. Imagine trying to send a text on a phone with poor reception. It's delayed, garbled, or doesn't go through at all. That's exactly what happens to your nerves when B12 levels are low. Your brain sends the message to take a step, but the muscles don't get the signal properly, leading to slow reactions, shaky steps, or even stumbling. I'll never forget the story of James, a 72-year-old retired mechanic from Detroit. James told me, "Doc, I can still lift heavy tools, but I trip over my own feet." After running some tests, we found his B12 levels were extremely low. Within weeks of proper supplementation, James noticed not only that his balance improved, but his energy and mental focus also skyrocketed. That's the power of this vitamin. Low B12 levels are surprisingly common among older adults. As we age, our stomach produces less acid, which is needed to extract B12 from food. On top of that, many people take acid-reducing medications for heartburn or reflux, which further decreases B12 absorption. This means that even if you're eating enough meat or eggs, your body might not be absorbing the vitamin. Signs of vitamin B12 deficiency. The symptoms can be subtle at first. Tingling in your toes, numbness in your feet, or a pins and needles feeling in your legs can all be early warning signs. Other signs include fatigue, dizziness, memory problems, or even mild depression. These are often brushed off as just getting older, but they're actually your body's way of screaming for B12. B12-rich foods you should add to your plate. If you eat animal products, you can find B12 in foods like beef liver, salmon, tuna, chicken, eggs, and dairy. Just one cooked slice of beef liver, about 3 ounces, can give you over 10 times the daily B12 requirement. For those who don't eat meat, fortified foods like soy milk, breakfast cereals, or plant-based meats can help. Supplements and dosage. Sometimes, no matter how much B12-rich food you eat, your body just doesn't absorb it properly. This is when supplements come into play. Methylcobalamin is the most bioavailable form of B12 and is often recommended for seniors with absorption issues. A standard daily dose for adults is around 2.4 micrograms, but older adults may need much higher doses, anywhere from 500 to 1,000 micrograms daily, especially if taken sublingually, under the tongue, or through injections under medical guidance. The great thing about B12 is that it's water-soluble, meaning your body will flush out any excess through urine. This makes it a safe option for supplementation, as there's little risk of overdosing when taken correctly. The mental clarity bonus. One thing that surprises most people is how much better they feel mentally after restoring their B12 levels. It's not just about stronger legs, it's about sharper thinking, better memory, and improved mood. I've had patients tell me they feel like they've woken up after weeks of constant brain fog. So, if your legs feel slow, heavy, or uncoordinated, or if you've been dealing with unexplained fatigue or tingling, it's worth checking your B12 levels. A simple blood test can reveal if you're deficient. And once you address it, you might be amazed at how much stronger, steadier, and more confident you feel. Vitamin B12 deficiency often sneaks up on people, especially as they age. The signs are subtle at first, so they're often mistaken for normal aging or stress. But ignoring these early symptoms can lead to bigger problems, like muscle weakness, balance issues, and even nerve damage. The key is to recognize the warning signs before they impact your mobility and overall well-being. One of the earliest symptoms is a tingling or pins and needles sensation in your feet, toes, or hands. I've had countless patients tell me they thought their foot fell asleep, but the feeling kept coming back. This tingling happens because low B12 levels affect the protective coating around your nerves, slowing down. Another common sign is unusual fatigue or weakness. When your body lacks B12, it can't produce healthy red blood cells as efficiently, which means less oxygen gets delivered to your muscles. Even simple tasks like climbing stairs, walking around the block, or standing up quickly can leave you feeling drained. Mental changes are also a big red flag. Low B12 levels have been linked to memory lapses, difficulty focusing, and even mood swings. I remember talking with Helen, a 65-year-old retired nurse from Georgia, who said, "I thought I was just getting forgetful because of my age. But after boosting my B12 levels, I felt like my brain woke up again." You might also notice your legs feel heavy or slow, like they're not responding to your brain's commands. This isn't just in your head. B12 is essential for the brain-muscle connection. Without it, signals from your brain to your legs get weaker or delayed, which can cause clumsiness or reduced reflexes. Here are some additional symptoms that could indicate a deficiency. Frequent leg cramps or spasms, especially at night. Unexplained soreness in your calves or thighs. Difficulty maintaining balance, especially when standing up or turning quickly. Pale or yellowish skin, caused by reduced red blood cell production. Loss of appetite or digestive issues, since B12 absorption starts in the stomach. If you're experiencing any of these signs, don't ignore them. A simple blood test can determine your B12 levels. In many cases, a combination of dietary changes and supplements can restore normal levels in just a few weeks. How to take action. Add foods like salmon, beef liver, chicken, eggs, and cheese to your diet. If you're vegetarian, focus on fortified cereals, plant-based milks, or nutritional yeast enriched with B12. Ask your doctor about sublingual B12 supplements or injections if absorption is an issue. Remember, the sooner you correct a deficiency, the faster you'll notice improvements, not just in your legs, but in your energy and mental clarity. Vitamin B12 is often called the energy vitamin, and for good reason. It fuels your nerves, sharpens your brain, and keeps your legs moving with strength and coordination. While supplements are helpful, getting B12 naturally from food is one of the best ways to maintain steady levels over time. Fortunately, B12-rich foods are delicious, versatile, and easy to add to your daily meals. Let's start with the powerhouse of all B12 sources, beef liver. I know it's not everyone's favorite, but just one 3-ounce serving can provide over 70 micrograms of B12, which is more than 10 times the daily requirement. If you don't enjoy the taste, you can mix small amounts into ground beef or meatloaf recipes to mask the flavor while still reaping the benefits. Fish and seafood are also incredible sources. Salmon is a top choice, offering not just B12 but also omega-3 fatty acids that protect your heart and joints. A single fillet can give you about 5 micrograms of B12, which is double what most adults need in a day. Other great options include trout, tuna, mackerel, and sardines. These fish are easy to grill, bake, or even add to salads. For poultry lovers, chicken and turkey are reliable sources of B12. A 3-ounce serving of chicken breast provides around 0.3 micrograms, while turkey offers slightly more. Pairing these with green vegetables and whole grains creates a balanced, nutrient-rich meal. Eggs and dairy products are another easy way to get your... What if you're vegetarian or vegan? Don't worry, there are plant-based options too. Many foods are fortified with B12, such as nutritional yeast. Just 1 tablespoon can provide up to 2.4 micrograms. Fortified breakfast cereals. Check the label for B12 content. Plant-based milks like almond, soy, or oat milk that are enriched with B12. One of my favorite quick snacks for vegetarians is sprinkling nutritional yeast over popcorn or mixing it into mashed potatoes. It gives a cheesy flavor while boosting your B12 intake. Meal ideas for a B12 boost. Breakfast: scrambled eggs with spinach and a slice of cheese, plus a glass of fortified almond milk. Lunch: tuna salad sandwich on whole grain bread, topped with leafy greens. Dinner: grilled salmon with roasted sweet potatoes and a side of steamed broccoli. Why food sources matter. Even if you take a supplement, including natural sources of B12 helps your body absorb it better because it's combined with other nutrients like protein and healthy fats. Plus, these foods provide extra vitamins like D and calcium, which also support bone and muscle strength. If you've been struggling with fatigue or tingling legs, start by adding just 1 or 2 of these foods to your meals each day. Over time, you'll notice subtle but steady improvements in your energy, balance, and even mood. Even with the best diet, many older adults struggle to get enough vitamin B12, vitamin K, and potassium because their bodies don't absorb nutrients as efficiently as before. This is where supplements can play a life-changing role. When used correctly, they don't just fill gaps in your diet, they can actively restore your nerve function, sharpen your reflexes, and improve coordination in as little as a few weeks. I've seen this transformation time and time again. Take Robert, a 74-year-old retired teacher from Michigan. He was eating well, lots of vegetables, fish, and even fortified cereals, but he still experienced slow reflexes and a heavy, dragging feeling in his legs. Once we added a high-quality B12 supplement to his routine, within a month he told me, "Doc, I feel like my legs are finally listening to me again." Why supplements make a difference? Supplements are designed to deliver vitamins in forms that are easier for your body to absorb. For instance, vitamin B12 in the form of methylcobalamin is highly bioavailable, meaning it gets absorbed faster and more effectively than what you might get from food alone, especially if your stomach acid is low. For seniors, reflexes often slow because nerve signals are not traveling as quickly from the brain to the legs. Supplementing with B12 helps restore the protective sheath around your nerves, called myelin, allowing those electrical signals to fire rapidly and accurately again. This is why people often report fewer stumbles, quicker responses, and a general feeling of steadiness after a few weeks of supplementation. The role of vitamin K supplements. Vitamin K supplements, especially K2, work in a more subtle way but are just as important. They ensure calcium goes into your bones, not your joints or blood vessels. Without this traffic director, calcium can build up where it shouldn't, causing stiffness, knee pain, or even artery problems. When combined with a balanced diet, vitamin K2 supplements can reduce morning stiffness and improve joint flexibility over time. Potassium, the electrolyte fix. Potassium supplements are typically recommended for those who can't get enough through diet due to medical conditions or medications like diuretics, which flush potassium out of the body. Proper potassium levels are essential for smooth muscle contraction and relaxation, which means better reflexes, fewer cramps, and reduced risk of falls. However, because too much potassium can affect heart rhythm, it's important to discuss supplements with your doctor first. Choosing the right supplement. Vitamin B12. Look for methylcobalamin lozenges or sublingual drops, 500 to 1000 micrograms daily. Vitamin K2. A dose of 90 to 120 micrograms daily is common, but consult your doctor if you're on blood thinners. Potassium. Most people get enough from food, but if supplementing, keep doses low unless prescribed. I always tell my patients to treat supplements like tools, not magic pills. They work best when combined with a healthy diet, hydration, and light movement like walking or stretching. Think of it as giving your body every possible advantage to move with confidence. Real-life results. When you restore these nutrients, your legs will start responding faster. I've had patients who went from wobbling when stepping off a curb to confidently climbing stairs again. Some even reported improved reaction times while driving because their nerves were firing more effectively. It's not an overnight fix, but the changes can be dramatic when you stay consistent. When it comes to strong, healthy legs, most people focus on calcium and vitamin D. But there's another unsung hero that quietly keeps your bones and joints in top shape: vitamin K. I like to call it the bone guardian because it directs calcium exactly where it needs to go, into your bones and teeth, rather than letting it settle in soft tissues, joints, or arteries. Without enough vitamin K, your body's calcium distribution can go haywire. Instead of strengthening your bones, calcium might accumulate in your blood vessels or knee joints, leading to stiffness, joint pain, or even reduced flexibility. Over time, this can make walking or climbing stairs feel like a chore. I once spoke with Martha, a 70-year-old yoga instructor from California, who had developed knee stiffness despite having an active lifestyle. She was shocked when her doctor told her she wasn't getting enough vitamin K, even though she ate plenty of vegetables. Once she increased her intake of K2-rich foods and took a supplement, Her knees felt smoother and less creaky within a month. Why vitamin K is so important. Vitamin K helps activate a protein called osteocalcin, which binds calcium into your bone structure, making your bones denser and less prone to fractures. It also prevents calcium from building up in places it shouldn't, like your arteries or cartilage, where it can cause stiffness and pain. Studies from Tufts University have shown that older adults with higher vitamin K levels have stronger bones, better joint flexibility, and a lower risk of falling. That's because healthy bones and flexible joints work together to create smooth, controlled movements. The two forms of vitamin K. K1, found mostly in leafy greens like spinach, kale, collard greens, and broccoli. K2, found in fermented foods like natto, aged cheese, sauerkraut, egg yolks, and organ meats. Benefits you can expect. When your vitamin K levels are balanced, you'll notice less stiffness in your knees, smoother joint movement, and greater confidence when walking or standing up from a chair. Many of my patients tell me that they feel lighter on their feet and no longer hear that grinding sound in their knees. The long-term protection. Vitamin K doesn't work overnight, but it steadily builds a stronger foundation for your bones and joints. Over time, it reduces the risk of fractures and helps maintain mobility well into your 70s and 80s. This is why I always say, strong legs start with healthy bones, and vitamin K is the silent guardian behind them. If you've ever felt your knees crackle when standing up or your hips feel stiff after sitting for a while, you know how frustrating joint problems can be. For many older adults, this stiffness is often blamed on wear and tear or aging. But what most people don't realize is that vitamin K plays a critical role in keeping joints flexible and pain-free. Vitamin K works like a traffic cop for calcium. Without it, calcium can end up in places it shouldn't be, like your knee joints or ligaments, causing them to harden or lose their natural flexibility. Over time, this can lead to discomfort, reduced range of motion, or even that dreaded grinding sensation in your knees when you walk. I remember talking with Janet, a 66-year-old grandmother from Oregon. She told me, every time I stood up after watching TV, my knees felt like rusty hinges. After reviewing her diet, we found she wasn't getting enough vitamin K. With a simple routine, adding spinach and kale to her meals and taking a small K2 supplement, she noticed her joints felt smoother and less stiff within 6 weeks. How vitamin K supports joint health. Vitamin K activates a protein called matrix GLA protein, MGP, which prevents calcium buildup in soft tissues, including the cartilage that cushions your joints. When this protein isn't activated due to low vitamin K levels, calcium deposits can form where they don't belong, leading to stiffness and discomfort. Studies have shown that people with higher vitamin K levels have better joint mobility and less cartilage damage, particularly in the knees and hips. This is why I often tell my patients, don't just focus on calcium for your bones. Make sure vitamin K is part of the conversation. Everyday foods to ease stiffness. If you want to give your joints the nutrients they need, include these foods in your weekly routine. Spinach or kale salads with a drizzle of olive oil. Steamed broccoli or Brussels sprouts as a side dish. Fermented foods like sauerkraut or kimchi for a K2 boost. Aged cheeses like Gouda or cheddar. in small amounts for extra K2. The power of combining K with other nutrients. Vitamin K works best when paired with vitamin D and calcium. Vitamin D helps your body absorb calcium, while vitamin K ensures that calcium gets deposited into your bones, not your joints. This trio forms the foundation of strong, pain-free legs. When supplements are needed. If you rarely eat leafy greens or fermented foods, consider a K2 supplement. A daily dose of 90 to 120 micrograms is enough for most adults, but always talk to your doctor if you're on blood thinners. Real-life results. I've seen patients who struggled to kneel down or climb stairs regain their mobility by simply adding vitamin K-rich foods to their diets. One gentleman, a retired Navy veteran, said, "Doc, I used to avoid gardening because of my knees. Now I can plant tomatoes again without wincing." That's the power of giving your joints what they need to stay flexible. Your action plan. To reduce stiffness, aim to eat at least one serving of leafy greens every day. It doesn't have to be complicated. Throw a handful of spinach into your morning omelette When we think of vitamin K, we usually picture green vegetables like spinach and kale. While those are fantastic sources of vitamin K1, there's another form, vitamin K2, that often gets overlooked but is just as important, especially for your bones and joints. Vitamin K2 is the specialist that ensures calcium gets locked into your bones rather than floating around in your bloodstream or settling into your joints where it doesn't belong. Vitamin K2 is found in different foods than K1, and for many people, this is where their diet falls short. While leafy greens can give you plenty of K1, you might not be getting enough K2 unless you specifically add these foods to your meals. K2 stays in your system longer, giving your body more time to use it effectively for bone strength and joint flexibility. Top foods for vitamin K2. Here are some of the best foods you can start eating today to boost your K2 intake. Natto. This Japanese dish made from fermented soybeans is the richest source of K2. Just a small serving can provide several times the daily recommended intake. Its strong flavor can take some getting used to, but adding a small spoonful to rice or mixing it with other dishes can make it more enjoyable. Aged cheeses. Hard cheeses like Gouda, cheddar, and Parmesan are loaded with K2. Even a small slice can give you a good dose. Pairing cheese with whole grain crackers or a small salad is a tasty way to sneak in extra nutrients. Egg yolks. Farm-raised or pasture-raised eggs tend to have more K2 than regular eggs. A simple omelette or a boiled egg can add a valuable K2 boost to your day. Butter from grass-fed cows. Grass-fed butter has higher levels of K2 compared to regular butter. Spreading a little on whole grain toast or steamed veggies is a simple way to enjoy it. Fermented foods. In addition to natto, foods like sauerkraut, kimchi, and pickled vegetables offer small amounts of K2 while also improving gut health. Simple meal ideas. Breakfast. 2 boiled eggs with a slice of whole grain toast and a small portion of aged cheese. Lunch. A spinach and kale salad topped with grilled chicken, shredded cheddar, and a drizzle of olive oil. Dinner. A baked salmon fillet served with sauerkraut on the side and steamed broccoli. Why K2 is critical for leg health. Vitamin K2 activates 2 powerful proteins, osteocalcin and matrix GLA protein, MGP. Osteocalcin locks calcium into the bone matrix, making your bones denser and stronger, while MGP prevents calcium from sticking to your arteries or soft tissues. This means less stiffness, better blood flow, and smoother movements in your knees, hips, and ankles. Pairing K2 with other nutrients. K2 works best when paired with vitamin D3. Vitamin D helps your body absorb calcium, and K2 ensures it gets delivered to your bones. This combination is like having a delivery team, vitamin D, and a construction crew, vitamin K2, working together to keep your bones and joints in top shape. A real-life example. One of my patients, Peter, a 69-year-old retired firefighter from Illinois, used to struggle with aching knees every time he climbed stairs. We added aged cheese and a K2 supplement to his diet, while encouraging him to include more leafy greens for K1. Within 2 months, he reported that his knees felt less rusty, and he could take the stairs without holding onto the rail. Your next step. Start small. Add 1K2 rich food to your meal every day, whether it's a slice of aged cheese, a boiled egg, or a spoonful of sauerkraut. Over time, these simple changes can make a noticeable difference in your mobility and leg strength. When it comes to keeping your legs strong and cramp-free, potassium is the unsung hero. This mineral is like an electrical charger for your muscles, ensuring they contract and relax at just the right time. Without enough potassium, your muscles can feel sluggish, uncoordinated, or prone to sudden spasms. Potassium is an electrolyte, which means it carries an electrical charge that helps your nerves communicate with your muscles. Think of it as the spark that fires up every step you take. Without it, signals from your brain can become delayed or weak, causing your muscles to misfire. This is one of the most common reasons older adults experience sudden leg cramps, shaky steps, or fatigue, even after mild activity. I remember Thomas, a 71-year-old veteran from Virginia, who came to me complaining of severe nighttime cramps that would wake him up. He said, "Doc, it feels like my calf muscles are twisting themselves into knots." After reviewing his diet, we found that he wasn't getting nearly enough potassium. By adding more potassium-rich foods like bananas, sweet potatoes, and coconut water to his meals, the cramps reduced dramatically within just a few weeks. Why potassium matters for seniors. As we age, several factors can reduce potassium levels. Medications like diuretics, often prescribed for blood pressure or heart conditions, can flush potassium out of the body. Low-sodium diets, while heart-healthy, sometimes result in reduced intake of potassium-rich foods like fresh fruits and vegetables. Low potassium levels, known as hypokalemia, don't just cause cramps. They can also affect your heart rhythm, leading to dizziness or even dangerous arrhythmias. For your legs, potassium ensures smooth coordination and helps muscles recover quickly after activity. Potassium and bone health. Interestingly, potassium also plays a role in protecting your bones. Diets high in acidic foods, like processed meats or sodas, can cause calcium to leach out of your bones to neutralize the acid. Potassium-rich foods, on the other hand, help maintain the right pH balance in your body, reducing calcium loss and supporting stronger bones over time. How much potassium do you need? For adults, the recommended daily intake is 3,400 milligrams for men and 2,600 milligrams for women. Unfortunately, many older adults barely get half of that amount due to limited fruit and vegetable intake. The good news? Adding just a few potassium-rich foods each day can make a huge difference. Top potassium-rich foods. Bananas, about 420 milligrams of potassium per medium banana. Sweet potatoes, a medium baked sweet potato packs around 540 milligrams. Beans and lentils. Black beans, kidney beans, and lentils offer 600 to 700 milligrams per cup. Spinach and leafy greens. 1 cup of cooked spinach provides nearly 840 milligrams. Coconut water. A single cup contains about 600 milligrams, making it a natural sports drink. Avocados and tomatoes. Both are excellent and easy to add to sandwiches or salads. A simple daily plan. Breakfast. A banana with oatmeal topped with chopped nuts. Lunch. A salad with spinach, avocado, and chickpeas. Dinner. Baked salmon with roasted sweet potatoes and green beans. Supplements. A word of caution. While potassium supplements exist, they should only be taken under medical supervision, especially if you have kidney problems or heart conditions. Too much potassium can be just as harmful as too little, causing irregular heartbeats or other complications. What you'll notice when levels improve. When your potassium levels are balanced, you'll notice fewer nighttime cramps, improved energy, and better stamina while walking or climbing stairs. Your legs will feel lighter, more responsive, and less prone to fatigue. If you've ever been jolted awake in the middle of the night by a sharp, painful cramp in your calf or foot, you know how miserable it can be. These nighttime cramps are not only painful but can also. Potassium plays a critical role in the way your muscles contract and relax. When your potassium levels drop, the electrical signals that tell your muscles to move can misfire. This causes muscles, especially in the legs and feet, to tighten unexpectedly. For older adults, this can happen even without heavy exercise, often striking at night when you're completely at rest. I remember Evelyn, a 69-year-old grandmother from Pennsylvania, telling me, "Doc, these cramps hit me like lightning. I'd wake up screaming and couldn't even move my foot until it passed." After reviewing her meals, I noticed she was barely eating fruits and vegetables, and her potassium intake was extremely low. By adding a baked sweet potato to dinner and a banana as her evening snack, her cramps dropped from nightly episodes to just once a month. Why potassium deficiency leads to night cramps. When potassium levels are too low, muscle fibers have trouble relaxing after contracting. This leads to sudden, sharp cramps, often in the middle of the night when your body is already slightly dehydrated. A lack of potassium also affects nerve signals, which can make your muscles overly sensitive or prone to spasms. Simple ways to stop night cramps. Add potassium-rich foods. Eat a banana or half an avocado as a nighttime snack. Include baked sweet potatoes or beans at dinner. A glass of coconut water before bed can be both hydrating and potassium-rich. Stay hydrated. Dehydration is a big trigger for cramps. Drink a glass of water before bedtime, especially if you've been active during the day. Stretch before sleep. Gentle stretches for your calves and hamstrings can reduce muscle tension and prevent cramps. A simple calf stretch against the wall for 30 seconds can work wonders. Magnesium and potassium combo. Magnesium works hand in hand with potassium to regulate muscle function. Adding magnesium-rich foods like almonds, pumpkin seeds, or dark leafy greens can enhance the benefits of potassium. Foods to eat before bed. A small bowl of Greek yogurt topped with banana slices. A piece of whole grain toast with avocado. A smoothie made from spinach, a banana, and coconut water. What to do when a cramp strikes. If a cramp hits, try flexing your foot upward, toes pointing toward your knee, while gently massaging the area. Standing up and walking slowly can also help loosen the muscle. For severe cramps, applying a warm compress or soaking your feet in warm water can bring quick relief. Real-life success stories. One of my patients, Greg, a 72-year-old retired mail carrier, struggled with nightly cramps for years. When he started adding half an avocado to his evening salad and a small serving of black beans to his dinner twice a week, the cramps nearly vanished within 3 weeks. He told me, "Doc, I didn't think food could make such a difference. Now I sleep like a baby." The long-term payoff. When you consistently get enough potassium, your muscles stay more relaxed, your energy levels rise, and your overall leg strength improves. You'll not only sleep better, but also wake up with legs that feel refreshed and ready for the day. When most people think of potassium, bananas are usually the first fruit that comes to mind, and for good reason. A single medium banana delivers around 420 milligrams of potassium, making it a quick and easy snack to support muscle function and prevent cramps. But bananas aren't the only fruits rich in this vital mineral. There's a whole variety of tasty, potassium-packed fruits that can help strengthen. This combination helps reduce inflammation in the muscles and joints, keeping your legs strong and flexible. Best potassium-rich fruits to add to your diet. Bananas. They're convenient, portable, and perfect for a quick energy boost. Eat them as a snack, slice them into your morning oatmeal, or blend them into smoothies. Avocados. While often mistaken for a vegetable, avocado is actually a fruit, and one of the richest sources of potassium, with about 700 milligrams per half. It's creamy, versatile, and perfect for toast or salads. Oranges and orange juice. One medium orange provides about 240 milligrams of potassium. Freshly squeezed orange juice not only hydrates but also gives a refreshing burst of potassium and vitamin C to keep your immune system strong. Cantaloupe and melons. Cantaloupe, honeydew, and watermelon are all excellent sources of potassium while being low in calories and high in water content, making them great for hydration. Kiwi. One medium kiwi contains around 215 milligrams of potassium. It's tangy, sweet, and perfect for adding to fruit salads or as a topping for yogurt. Apricots. Fresh apricots and even dried apricots are potassium-rich. A handful of dried apricots can give you as much as 750 milligrams of potassium, making them a great snack to carry around. Prunes, dried plums. Prunes are well known for aiding digestion, but they're also rich in potassium, with about 400 milligrams per half-cup serving. Easy ways to add more fruits. Start your day with a smoothie made from banana, spinach, and orange juice. Add sliced kiwi or apricots to your Greek yogurt for a nutritious snack. Keep a small container of dried apricots or prunes in your bag for on-the-go potassium. Enjoy watermelon cubes or cantaloupe slices as a hydrating afternoon treat. Why potassium from fruits is so effective. Fruits combine potassium with natural sugars and fiber, which give you a steady energy boost without blood sugar spikes. This is especially helpful for older adults who may feel sluggish or experience sudden fatigue. A real-life story. I once worked with Alice, a 68-year-old retired librarian from New Jersey. She had frequent muscle cramps despite drinking plenty of water. We added a mix of potassium-rich fruits, like bananas and melon, to her daily routine. In less than a month, her cramps almost disappeared, and she felt more energetic during her morning walks. Your action plan. Aim for at least 2 servings of potassium-rich fruit every day. A banana at breakfast and a cup of cantaloupe at lunch can already give you close to 800 milligrams of potassium, about 1/3 of what most adults need daily. Building strong, steady legs doesn't require complicated workouts or expensive supplements. The real magic happens when you create a simple daily routine that combines good nutrition, light exercise, and a few smart habits. When done consistently, these small actions work together to boost your nerve health, strengthen your muscles, and improve your balance, giving you the confidence to move freely every day. Morning nutrient boost. Start your morning with a breakfast that includes 1 B12-rich food and 1 potassium-rich fruit. For example, you can have a couple of scrambled eggs with a slice of whole grain toast and a banana. If you prefer a lighter meal, a smoothie made with fortified almond milk, spinach, banana, and a spoonful of Greek yogurt will give your body a powerful mix of B12, potassium, and vitamin K. Alongside breakfast, drink a glass of water or warm lemon water. Hydration is key to preventing cramps and keeping muscles flexible. A dehydrated muscle is much more prone to tightness and spasms, especially at night. Mid-morning mobility break. Spend 5 to 10 minutes stretching your legs. Simple moves like calf stretches against the wall, seated hamstring stretches, or gentle ankle rolls help improve circulation and keep your joints loose. Think of it as oiling the hinges of your body before they get rusty. Lunch. Green power plate. Aim for at least 1 serving of leafy greens like spinach, kale, or collard greens at lunch. These are rich in vitamin K, which is essential for bone strength and joint flexibility. A quick salad topped with grilled chicken or tuna, sprinkled with aged cheese, and drizzled with olive oil makes for a nutrient-packed meal. Pair it with half an avocado for an added potassium kick. Afternoon hydration and snack. Instead of reaching for cookies or chips, try snacking on a handful of dried apricots or a small container of Greek yogurt with kiwi slices. Both snacks are potassium-rich and help maintain energy levels without blood sugar spikes. A glass of coconut water in the afternoon is another great idea. It hydrates and adds around 600 milligrams of potassium in just 1 cup, perfect for preventing those evening leg cramps. Evening gentle movement. You don't need heavy workouts to keep your legs strong. A 20-minute walk around your neighborhood or a slow yoga session can work wonders. Gentle exercise increases blood flow, strengthens muscles, and keeps your joints lubricated. If you have trouble walking for long stretches, try chair exercises, like seated leg lifts or ankle rotations, to keep your legs active. Dinner. Balanced plate. For dinner, choose a protein source that's high in B12, like salmon, chicken, or lean beef, paired with a baked sweet potato and a side of broccoli or Brussels sprouts. This simple meal gives you all 3 key nutrients, B12, K, and potassium, in one sitting. Nighttime routine for leg health. Before bed, do a few calf stretches or use a warm towel to relax your leg muscles. If you tend to get nighttime cramps, a banana or half a cup of melon before bed can add just enough potassium to keep those muscles calm while you sleep. Supplements, if needed. If your diet alone doesn't meet your needs, a high-quality B12 supplement, 500 to 1000 micrograms, and a small K2 supplement can help. But always check with your doctor, especially if you're taking medications. Why routine works. The key to strong legs isn't just one magic nutrient. It's the combination of B12, K, potassium, hydration, and light movement, done every single day. I've seen seniors who were afraid to walk without assistance regain confidence in just 4 to 6 weeks by sticking to a simple plan like this. Your daily checklist. 3 meals with nutrient-rich foods, B12, K, potassium. 2 servings of potassium-rich fruits. 10 to 15 minutes of light stretches or walking. 1 glass of coconut water or at least 8 glasses of water daily. Rebuilding leg strength and balance doesn't have to take months. With a focused 30-day plan, you can start feeling more confident on your feet, reduce cramps, and improve your overall mobility. The key is consistency, small, daily actions that add up to big results over time. This plan combines nutrition, simple exercises, and lifestyle habits that anyone can follow, even if you're starting from scratch. Week 1. Build your foundation. Focus, nutrition and hydration. Start your mornings with a B12-rich breakfast, scrambled eggs with spinach or fortified cereal with milk. Add 1 potassium-rich fruit like a banana, orange, or half an avocado to breakfast or as a mid-morning snack. Drink at least 6 to 8 glasses of water per day. Dehydration worsens cramps and stiffness. Begin 5-minute daily stretches. Focus on Week 2. Strengthen and nourish. Focus. Increase vitamin K and light activity. Include leafy greens, spinach, kale, collard greens, in at least 1 meal each day. Add fermented foods or aged cheese to boost vitamin K2 intake. Start a 10-minute walk or gentle yoga routine daily. If walking is hard, try seated exercises like knee lifts or ankle pumps. Continue eating potassium-rich fruits and B12 sources. Drink 1 cup of coconut water in the afternoon to hydrate and replenish electrolytes. Goal: notice smoother knee and ankle movements with fewer cramps and stiffness. Week 3. Improve reflexes and balance. Focus: nerve support and coordination. Add B12 supplements, 500 to 1000 micrograms daily, if your doctor recommends it, especially if your levels are low. Practice balance exercises. Stand near a wall or chair and try lifting 1 foot off the ground for 10 to 15 seconds, switching sides. Incorporate strength moves like standing leg lifts or sit-to-stand exercises, 5 representatives, twice daily. Snack on dried apricots or prunes for added potassium and fiber. Goal: by week 3, you should feel more stable when standing up or turning quickly. Week 4. Steady steps and long-term habits. Focus: combine all 3 key nutrients, B12, K, potassium, with daily routines. Eat at least 1 serving of lean protein, like salmon or chicken, and 2 servings of leafy greens each day. Enjoy 2 to 3 potassium-rich fruits daily, bananas, melons, or kiwis. Extend your walks to 15 to 20 minutes, or do chair squats to build lower body strength. Continue balance exercises, aiming for 3 sets of 15 seconds per leg. Stretch before bed and enjoy a banana or small piece of melon to prevent nighttime cramps. Goal: by day 30, your steps should feel steadier, your energy levels higher, and nighttime cramps minimal or gone. The power of this 30-day routine. When you follow this plan, you're not just strengthening your legs, you're improving your entire body's coordination. By fueling your nerves with B12, protecting your joints with vitamin K, and charging your muscles with potassium, you'll notice more confident steps, faster reflexes, and fewer stumbles. I've seen countless seniors transform in just a month. For example, Mark, a 70-year-old retiree from Texas, followed this exact plan. He told me, "I went from avoiding stairs to climbing them every morning with no hesitation. It's like I got my legs back." Your daily checklist. 3 balanced meals with B12, K, and potassium. 2 servings of potassium-rich fruits. 10 to 20 minutes of light activity. Stretching before bed. Plenty of hydration. You've now learned about the 3 powerhouse nutrients, vitamin B12, vitamin K, and potassium, and how they work together to keep your legs strong, your balance sharp, and your steps steady. But to truly maintain these results for the long term, you need a few simple habits that will help you walk confidently and live without the constant fear of falling or losing strength. One, stay consistent with nutrients. It's not enough to eat a single banana or a few spinach leaves once in a while. Your body thrives on consistency. Make it a daily goal to include at least 1 B12-rich food, like eggs, salmon, or fortified cereals. 1 serving of leafy greens, spinach, kale, or broccoli. 2 servings of potassium-rich fruits, bananas, melons, or avocados. These nutrients, taken together, form a team that powers your nerves, bones, and muscles. 2. Keep moving every day. You don't need intense workouts. Just 15 to 20 minutes of gentle movement can make a world of difference. Walking, stretching, or even doing chair exercises helps maintain circulation, flexibility, and muscle tone. If you can, try to walk outdoors in the morning or evening sunlight. It not only lifts your mood but also boosts your vitamin D levels, which supports bone health. 3. Stretch before bed. Nighttime cramps can be a painful interruption, but a quick 5-minute stretch before sleep can help. Stretch your calves by pressing your hands against the wall and gently leaning forward. Add a warm shower or a heating pad for extra muscle relaxation. 4. Prioritize hydration. Many seniors underestimate how much water they need. Aim for 6 to 8 glasses a day, and don't forget hydrating foods like cucumbers, melons, and citrus fruits. Staying hydrated keeps your muscles supple and less prone to cramping. 5. Use supplements wisely. If your diet doesn't fully cover your needs, a high-quality B12 supplement, 500 to 1000 micrograms, or vitamin K2 capsule, 90 to 120 micrograms, can be a game changer. Always consult your doctor, especially if you take medications like blood thinners or diuretics. 6. Focus on balance exercises. Incorporate simple balance exercises, like standing on one leg while holding onto a chair for support, or practicing heel-to-toe walking in your hallway. These small routines can dramatically improve stability and confidence. 7. Listen to your body. Pay attention to signals like tingling, numbness, or frequent cramps. These are your body's way of saying it needs attention. A quick check with your doctor and some nutritional adjustments can prevent small issues from becoming major mobility problems. 8. Small wins add up. Don't expect overnight results. Strengthening your legs and improving your nerve health is a gradual process. Celebrate small victories, like walking longer without fatigue, climbing stairs with less effort, or sleeping through the night without cramps. These milestones are proof that your daily efforts are paying off. A final word of encouragement. I've seen people in their 60s, 70s, and even 80s regain the ability to walk confidently and live without fear of falling. The secret isn't complicated. It's about giving your body the building blocks it needs and moving a little every day. You have everything it takes to build strong, steady legs, no matter your age. Imagine yourself 30 days from now, waking up without stiffness, walking with confidence, and feeling your energy return. It's possible, and it starts with small, daily choices, the right nutrients, gentle movement, and a little self-care. As you finish this journey, I encourage you to ask yourself, what's one thing I can start today to take better care of my legs and overall health? Whether it's eating a banana, adding spinach to dinner, or taking a 10-minute walk, every step counts. Here's to strong legs, steady balance, and the freedom to enjoy every moment of life. You've got this. As we come to the end of this journey, let's take a moment to reflect on what we've learned. Your legs are not just muscles. They are powered by a delicate network of nerves, bones, and nutrients that work together to keep you steady, strong, and independent. When these nutrients, vitamin B12, vitamin K, and potassium, are missing, your body starts sending signals: tingling toes, nighttime cramps, shaky steps, or that heavy feeling when you walk. We explored how vitamin B12 acts like the messenger that connects your brain to your muscles, ensuring every step is quick and precise. We learned how vitamin K is the silent guardian that strengthens your bones and keeps calcium from hardening your joints. And we discovered the critical role of potassium, the muscle charger, preventing painful